Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. The canary in the coal mine is signaling a stark warning for the United States economy. And it should be giving Canadians confidence that we are on the right track, defending ourselves in the fight that we're in with the United States. And that's right, we're in a fight with the United States. It's not a traditional fight. We're really not fighting back. We're stepping back and taking care of ourselves while the United States inflicts damage on themselves. Well, have you heard the expression canary in the coal mine? It's actually a thing that existed in the past. Back in the day when we didn't have a lot of technology and we didn't have sophisticated safety standards, miners that were deep down underground mining for coal used to bring a canary in a cage with them, because as they mined for coal, sometimes they released gases that could build up in the mine, and an errant spark could trigger those gases and boom, they were in big trouble. So they brought the canary in a cage down in the coal mine with them, and they kept a close eye on that canary. And if that canary died, it had sacrificed itself to let them know that it was time to leave. Now in the United States, the canary is viewed as Las Vegas. And reported here on NPR News, Las Vegas sees drop in tourism hinting at broader economic woes facing the United States. Why is Las Vegas viewed as the canary in the coal mine? Because it's the city of opulence. It's the city that nobody really has to visit, but if you have a little extra cash and you're willing to spend it, that's the place to go. So when discretionary spending dries up, the effects are seen in Las Vegas first. Reported in this article, for 6 consecutive months this year, Las Vegas experienced a decline in the number of visitors year over year. For 6 months. I wonder what happened 6 months ago. With June seeing nearly 400,000 fewer visitors, or an 11.3% drop, compared to the same time last year. And this is according to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Now think about that. 400,000 fewer visitors to Las Vegas in just 1 month. 400,000 people not spending money in Las Vegas compared to last year. How much does the typical visitor spend in Las Vegas? And for each dollar that they didn't spend, that dollar was not respent by the businesses that they would have spent the dollars in. International tourism takes a toll. Now let's read this together. Among the biggest blows has been the loss of visitors from Canada, who make up the biggest share of Las Vegas's international market. And all I can say is, hallelujah. Well done, Canadians. That's what happens when you mess with the mighty beaver. He looks like one tough cookie, doesn't he? A lot of the slowdown we've seen in international travel is, from what I understand, primarily driven by Canadian visitations. NPR has previously reported that many Canadians have scrapped their travel plans to the United States in protest of Trump's 35% tariffs on many Canadian goods and repeated remarks suggesting the country should become the 51st state. They have no idea how bad it is. Do you want to know how bad it is? Reported here on CBC, Girl Guides of Canada to suspend U.S. trips over Trump administration policies. Even the Canadian Girl Guides won't go to the United States. A Girl Guide spokesman said, "This decision is rooted in our commitment to inclusivity and the safety of all our members. It was prompted by a recent restriction put on equal entry into the United States, as some members may hold citizenships from non-Canadian countries and could be impacted by the restrictions." And I say bravo for the Girl Guides to cancel their trips to the United States. But I have to make this comment. Why in the world were you planning a trip to the United States in the first place? The Canadian Girl Guides, the Canadian Boy Scouts, any Canadian group, why would you be planning a trip to the United States at all? We're 6 months into this mess. There's thousands of places in Canada that you can take your Girl Guides that would be much more educational and much safer for them and much better for our own country. So shame on you for even planning a trip to the United States. Unless you planned it a year or two ago, then I forgive you. Despite what the canary in the coal mine is signaling, Donald Trump doesn't agree. He says Apple's plan will bring factories and assembly lines across our country, all roaring to life, he told reporters in the White House on Wednesday. And what he's talking about is the company, Apple, who is committed to invest $600 billion in the United States and says that this could create 20,000 jobs over the next 4 years. Now, Apple spends a lot of money, and I'm sure this number represents a lot of money that would have been spent in the United States anyway. But that doesn't stop Donald Trump from ignoring the canary and saying today's announcement is one of the largest commitments in what has become among the greatest investment booms in our nation's history. But sir, the canary is dead. No, he's not. He's just resting. No, he's dead. No, he's just resting. Look at him there on the perch. The only reason he's sitting on his perch is because he's been nailed there. I tell you, this parrot is dead. He's dead. This is an ex-parrot. I didn't have a parrot. I just had a lobster. Should I keep going? Remember, this is the channel where you get your news updates with a little levity, okay? Let me go on here. There's more than just the canary that's dead, okay? There's statistics coming out from various agencies that all support this. 2 key statistics back up the assessment. 5 straight months of contraction in manufacturing, according to the key benchmark tracked by the Institute of Supply Management, and a net loss of 37,000 manufacturing jobs in 3 months since May, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The Institute for Supply Management and the Bureau of Labor Statistics being modern-day canaries in a coal mine, because now we are more sophisticated than they were back in the days when the miners had to bring the canary down into the mine with them. We have agencies that actually track numbers carefully that can provide some clarity on what's happening and what direction the economy is going. But of course, Donald Trump has just fired the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And if the Institute of Supply Management keeps publishing these negative numbers, if the word gets out, he may fire the chairman of that agency as well. Let's have a look at this Institute for Supply Management report. Now, they summarize their report in this chart, where they assign PMI, a number, to various factors related to manufacturing. And the way their PMI works is a number of 50 means no change, and a number below 50 meaning contraction, a number above 50 meaning expansion. And the overall number is 48, down from 49, showing the direction of the manufacturing economy contracting at a rate that's faster over a trend of 5 months. And all of these numbers that they track are pretty much heading in the wrong direction. The 2 most important ones, let me highlight here. Employment way down at 43.4 from 45, contracting faster for a 6-month in a row trend, and prices up above 50 at 64.8, down from 69.7, but showing an increasing trend, which is slowing over a 10-month period. So employment is heading down, prices are heading up, and overall manufacturing is decreasing. And you want to pick a fight with the mighty beaver. Now, they do a very good analysis, and look at some of the stuff they include in their report. These beautiful graphs, all related to manufacturing, strictly manufacturing here, that show some trends. And you'll see the trend for new orders, which was heading up, abruptly changed in 2025 and is heading down, with a current number of under 50, 47. Production, which took a severe drop when Donald Trump introduced the tariffs, is now recovered somewhat and on its long-term trend. Employment hinged and is heading down now since Donald Trump introduced these tariffs. Supplier deliveries, which had a bump up after the tariffs were announced, because people were building up inventory before they came into effect, is now nosediving. Prices, even on the anticipation of tariffs, going up. New export orders and imports, both taking a nosedive after the big tariffs were announced, and both showing a little bit of a comeback, but now flattening out and threatening to go back down. And in fact, this isn't new. We're not learning this for the first time because these agencies are reporting these numbers. We already observed this in Donald Trump's first term when he applied tariffs to steel imports. He did the same thing in 2019. And this article continues, staff from the United States Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve, where all the brightest economists work in the United States, found in 2019 that any boost in steel jobs from the protective effect of tariffs was far more than offset by job losses across the manufacturing sector as a whole, driven by tariff-related cost increases. Because, do I have to say it again? Tariffs are a tax on imports. Americans, when you go out to buy something, you're going to pay Trump's tariff tax, because almost everything that's manufactured in the United States has some input from things that are imported from around the world. Some raw materials, some minor parts, some things that your manufacturing sector needs to manufacture what they manufacture. And so while Donald Trump continues to destroy his own economy and ignore the canary in the coal mine, Canadians just need to stay the course and stay busy and keep focused and keep working like the busy little beavers we are. We have our own plan to diversify our economy and pivot away from the United States. That's going to take time and it's going to take a lot of work. But have you ever gone for a walk in the woods in Canada along a beautiful river and you pass by a tree about this big around, and the first time you go for a walk, you'll notice that there's a few little scratches on it, and then the next week there's more little scratches on it, and over the course of the summer, you see the work that the little beaver's doing as he chews his way slowly through the whole trunk, and eventually, boop, it falls, and he's busy building his dam. And nothing can stop the beaver when he's working. And that's the mentality that we have to have. Keep your money in Canada. Girl Guides, cancel your trips to the United States. Why would you want to go visit a country that's hostile to you? Keep our money within our own country and let's get to work building our own economy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying my work. And if you appreciate the work I do collecting all the data and displaying it for you, consider becoming a channel member to support the channel monthly. Hit the join button below and continue sharing your amazing pics of our fantastic country in the I Choose Canada group that I always link in the video description. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will catch you all on the next one.